A man is walking down the street and he falls into a hole. He tries to climb out, but the walls are too steep. A doctor comes along. The man shouts up, "Hey doc, I'm stuck down here in this hole. The walls are too steep. I can't get out." The doctor pulls out his pad, writes the guy a prescription, and tosses it down in the hole. Later, a priest comes by. The man shouts up, "Hey, Father, I'm stuck down here in this hole. Can you help me out?" The priest says a prayer with the man and then moves along with his day. Then a friend comes along, and the man yells up, "Hey, buddy, I'm stuck down here in this hole. Can you help me out?" And the friend jumps down in the hole. The man looks at him and says, "What the hell are you doing? Now we're both stuck down here." And the friend replies, "Look, I get it. I'm here on a channel with 500 subscribers talking about how to grow on YouTube or make better podcasts, so why should anybody listen to me?" And that's totally valid. But if you don't listen, then you're doomed to make all of the same mistakes that I already made. First off, I want to say that no matter what your goal is, and if you're watching this, you obviously have one, it's probably not big enough. If you want to accomplish something, then you need to make a goal, and it needs to be a big goal. Now, some people are going to say that you need to set small, manageable goals. And then if you meet that goal, then you can set a new one. I don't agree with that, and here's why. I teach high school. I often see students that set their goal to pass a class, and sure, they achieve that goal, but I also see the potential that they don't see in themselves, the potential to truly learn something. When people set goals, they will usually find a way to work just hard enough to reach it. So, if you set a big goal and you start working towards it, then you're likely to end up achieving way more than you would have otherwise. Now, once you've made that goal, you're going to need to tell people about it. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell us down in the comments below this video. This is the goal that I want to accomplish, and this is the plan that I'm going to execute on in order to get there. So identify what your goal, and like I said, make it huge, and then tell people what you're going to do, because you're going to need the support of others. There are going to be days that you feel like you have bitten off more than you can chew. There's going to be days where you feel like you're failing because you are. More on this later. Failure is the reason that you need to tell other people so that they can remind you how you felt when you started. So talk to your friends and talk to your family and say, "This is my goal. This is how I'm going to do it." If they tell you that that goal is crazy and that you will never actually get there, don't get discouraged. Don't get upset with them. Simply say to them, "I know that it seems impossible, but if I ever start talking like that, remind me what I said that I wanted to do today." Holy. Okay, step 1, set a goal. Step 2, tell someone. Step 3, fail. Act like it's going to happen, even if you don't quite believe it yourself. Fake it until you make it. We have heard this a million times, and you know why we've heard it so many times? Because it works. So when I say I'm going to show people how to make videos and podcasts, how to grow their channels and audiences and build a community in order to turn YouTube or podcasting into a business, it's because I know that it's going to succeed. Well, how do I know it? Because I failed. You see this? I keep this on the wall in my classroom. I probably refer to it about once a week with my students. Fail. It means first attempt in learning. In order to make really good podcasts and videos, you need to make a whole lot of bad ones. You have to learn by doing. You have to put in the reps. You don't get stronger by watching Arnold Schwarzenegger lift weights. You get stronger by lifting them yourselves. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't listen to him when he tells you which exercises to do in order to benefit you the most, but you won't ever see results without action. I'm not going to build a channel of evergreen content by watching other people's evergreen content. I have to do it myself. I have to put in the reps. I have to fail. Now, one thing you might not know is I've put in the reps on other channels. Hey everybody, I am in the middle of editing this video, and I was talking to a friend of mine about it, and he said, you know, you should probably mention some of the mistakes that you've made in the past to give some context to the people who are watching this video. And I thought that was a great idea. So mistake number one that I think that everybody makes, and I've made many times in the past, and I'm sure I'm still going to make this mistake, is making your video before you make your title and thumbnail. And trust me, I get it. The reason that people do this is because they get an idea for a video and they want to get that information, that idea out of their head and into the camera as fast as they possibly can, because that's the really, really fun part. But what you got to understand is that when you make that mistake, you make it way harder to have a really good title and thumbnail that matches what it is that you're going to say. So do yourself a favor and make your title and thumbnail first. Another piece of, another mistake that I've made a million times, over editing. A lot of people look at flashy editing and they think that that's a substitute for good content. And I'm here to tell you that no amount of flashy editing is going to make mundane content any better. So spend more time on making sure that what you're saying is good, and you can worry about all the flash later, even though the flash is pretty fun. All right, back to the woods. It took me 3 years to get my first YouTube channel to 500 subscribers. It took me 168 days to get my second YouTube channel to 500 subscribers. I reset this channel about 2 days ago. It had 100 subscribers at the time, and today I'm at 700. The point is that success on YouTube usually doesn't come by accident. You learn by failing and you get better and better, but you have to start, and you have to start like yesterday. The sooner that you start, the sooner you can start making mistakes. And mistakes, they are the best because we can learn from them, but you don't have to make all the mistakes yourself. I want to illustrate my point with a story from season 2 of The West Wing. A man is walking down the street and he falls into a hole. He tries to climb out, but the walls are too steep. A doctor comes along. The man shouts up, "Hey doc, I'm stuck down here in this hole. The walls are too steep. I can't get out." The doctor pulls out his pad, writes the guy a prescription, and tosses it down in the hole. Later, a priest comes by. The man shouts up, "Hey, Father, I'm stuck down here in this hole. Can you help me out?" The priest says a prayer with the man and then moves along with his day. Then a friend comes along and the man yells up, "Hey, buddy, I'm stuck down here in this hole. Can you help me out?" And the friend jumps down in the hole. The man looks at him and says, "What the hell are you doing? Now we're both stuck down here." And the friend replies, "Yeah, but I've been down here before and I know the way out." That's what I'm doing with this channel. I have figured out how to make a YouTube channel work. I'm not saying that I'm an expert or that I'm done making mistakes, and I've made a lot of them, some of which seriously stunted the growth of both of my other channels. But I've learned from those mistakes because failure is the best teacher. I know what I have to do, and now I'm doing the reps and I'm documenting it. I'm documenting it so that anyone who comes after me can see how I did it, and they don't have to go through the same failures and mistakes that I did. Of course, they'll find their own ways of failing because that's part of learning. My hope is that they won't be embarrassed by those failures and they'll share some of what they learn in the comments down below so that we can all learn together. So, step 1, make a big goal. Step 2, tell somebody. Don't have someone? Tell me down in the comments below. And step 3, start. So what's step 4? Watch this video right here to find out.